from the 2024, and the news begins right now.
Now, the news with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Steve McMurray.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
A lot to get to this morning, but we're going to get to a check of the forecast. But did want to let you know, in case you missed the noon news yesterday, Gary Liberatore is back. He's going to be doing the noon news this week, and then he'll be back in this chair coming up on Monday. So, Gary, we wish you well in your recovery, and it's good to have you back, no question.
Yes, good to have you back, and it was kind of a throwback to when I got to see him on the anchor desk again. But, of course, it's been fun working with you at the anchor desk for the past few weeks. So, but, yeah, it was a very nice day yesterday.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, 10 out of 10 day.
No question.
And today, well, not so much.
Not so much.
As a matter of fact,
we hope you loved it. Ain't having it again.
Well, you probably woke up to some rumbles of thunder maybe overnight. We probably expected the potential for that as well. And take a live look at the radar. Let's see where that rain is right now. Most of that rain from that cold front has shifted east towards Albany, but doing a 6-hour loop of the radar, we can see some records of thunderbolts taking place in parts of the Mohawk Valley, primarily north of I-90. Areas south didn't really see too much of it. This mainly affected Utica, Rome, and areas north of that. Around the state, temperatures in the 50s at this point, so not too bad of a start. Feels a lot more like a late spring, early summer start to the day today. And over the next 12 hours, we climb up into the upper 50s, low 60s, so temperatures not too bad today, but we're going to start seeing rain developing throughout the afternoon, drying out briefly before yet again more rounds of rain arrive throughout the next few days, lingering into the part of the weekend. We're going to be stuck in this unsettled rainy weather pattern, but we're not looking at any notable snow for the near term as well. So that's the silver lining if you were not a fan of the snow, and, well, the bad news if you are more of a fan of seeing maybe a last-minute snowstorm. But again, today, temperatures in the 60s. We're tracking when we see a cool down and how long it lasts, and that full forecast straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. New this morning, New Hartford.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. After 10 out of 10 weather yesterday, well, we are entering a bit of an unsettled stretch of weather for the next few days. But so far, nothing really will impact your morning and evening commute so far. But let's take a look at that Munson CommuteCast as you head to work today. First off, look at their traffic flow map. We do have one notable thing down here along I-90. There's a road obstruction, but as of now, there's no report saying the road is closed or if there's any lane closures at this point. We'll continue to follow this, but a reminder, I-90 just beyond Little Falls, heading closer to Albany, there is a road obstruction on there as well. And look at those drive times. Again, we're talking about pretty average drive times all across our local area. You can see here the arterial right around a 5 or so minute drive. Same thing for if you're heading into 5S and Route 49, although the data is getting a little bit limited right now. We are updating our systems over the past few hours, so some of the data might not show up just yet. And then finally, Route 28, Cooperstown to I-90, right around drive time of 35 or so minutes. And then finally, heading up to Remsen or heading down from Remsen to Utica, drive time of 17 or so minutes. And again, today we're talking about drier weather for the morning as those rain showers and thunderstorms ended. But following that, we are tracking a return to some more rain by this afternoon as we continue this unsettled stretch for the rest of the work week. Steve?
All right, thanks a lot, Eric.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. This Wednesday, we are starting out with a bit of a dry stretch. Unfortunately, though, that won't really be the common trend over the next few days. A live look in Cooperstown yesterday. This was lively, full of people enjoying the beautiful weather outside, and even out in parts of Utica, New Hartford area. Just it was great seeing everyone out and enjoying the sunshine and warm weather. Unfortunately, though, we're going to be entering a bit of a not so sunny stretch between now and pretty much the rest of the work week into the start of the weekend, with clouds remaining pretty stubborn. Temperatures this morning feeling a lot more like a late spring, early summer start to the day. 56 in Westernville right now, 50 Otter Lake, 49 Westmoreland, 52 degrees in Little Falls. To the south, 46 in Norwich, 53 in Cooperstown, 57 degrees in Oneonta. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Thunderstorms are pushing east outside of our area, and again, we're in this dry window to start today, but a surge of moisture from the south will bring with it more rain showers heading into this afternoon and this evening. As a matter of fact, look at that chance of rain. See the curve start to increase. Very likely rain showers this afternoon and this evening. We dry out, but then here comes more rain arriving by early Thursday morning, lasting throughout the a.m., drying out a little bit, and then a return to more rain showers arriving Thursday night and lingering into most of Friday. But something to mention too, on top of the rain showers, we're finally going to see some more humid weather. And we're not talking about humid tropical humidity, but dew points in the upper 50s. It will definitely feel a lot more noticeable after we've been experiencing such dry air over the past few days. Bigger picture, here comes that cold front. It's going to be remaining stationary over our local area temporarily. A surge of moisture moving along that frontal boundary, keeping things unsettled and rainy for this afternoon. Following that, drying out a little bit tonight, and then here comes more rain by tomorrow morning from that surge of warm air from the south, this warm front right here. And on top of that, more rain will follow that as broad low pressure surges into parts of central New York. And so in our Skycast for today, we're talking about rain showers, temperatures in the 60s, a bit more like a warm April. And then following that, drying out briefly, some patchy fog tonight with more rain arriving by tomorrow morning, drying out briefly again by tomorrow afternoon, and then here comes yet again more rain arriving by tomorrow night and looking to remain for most of Friday as this low pressure continues to surge from the south and east. Along with that too, the winds will pick up for tomorrow and Friday, but notice here, Saturday, hilltops, temperatures cool enough to produce some flurries falling in the sky. As of now, surface temperatures are well above freezing, but we'll monitor that. So far, though, no snow looks to be accumulating at this point. Next 12 hours, 60s with rain showers developing throughout the afternoon. For tonight, we're down into the 50s yet once again with rain showers developing following that by early tomorrow morning. Your 7-day forecast. 60s the next few days, windy too for Thursday and Friday. We got a brief cool down on Saturday with temperatures in the 40s and 30s, but that's temporary. We're back into the 50s and 60s by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and that looks to be our next opportunity of completely dry weather. So overall, we're going to be in this wishy-washy rain, shower, cloudy weather pattern over the next few days.
But you were saying, but today, for example, it's not going to be a washout. It's just, it's more, just going to be around, but it's not going to be a deluge. But
yeah, well, at least for today and tomorrow, most of the day is not going to be a complete washout, sunrise, sunset, but we're still on and off rain.
Right.
Clouds will be the main thing will be sticking around.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, Eric. Well, the time now is 5:23. Still ahead on Sunrise News right now.
Now, the news with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and thank you for joining us this half hour. I'm Steve McMurray.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
If the thunder and lightning kept you up last night, you are not alone. It looks like we had some decent rain move through overnight, but not the cap you wanted on an absolutely fantastic day yesterday.
Yes, it was beautiful. And I would say this, even though we had some thunder and lightning overnight, at least it held off until overnight.
Sure.
And not during the yesterday's festivities. Of course, I hope that everyone got out and enjoyed the IHF village outside, the Subaru village outside the Aud. And even just going out for a walk or run yesterday was absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Well, today it's looking a bit more on the rainy side. As a matter of fact, look at that Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. The rain and thunder have since passed our area to the east, and a recap of the past 6 hours. Areas primarily north of I-90 saw a good amount of brief rain and thunder here and there, and areas south, mainly south of Route 20, saw little if any rain at all. Currently 53 degrees in Rome, so it's a pretty mild start to the day today, roughly 30 or so to 20 or so degrees warmer than yesterday. And over the next 12 hours, we do climb into the low 60s this afternoon. So warmer start, but cooler high for the day as rain continues to arrive by this afternoon. And we're still tracking on and off rain over the next few days. We'll let you know exactly when this unsettled rainy weather pattern does come to an end in that full forecast straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thank you. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Well, new this morning, Congress.
Welcome back. Time now is 5:41, and this Wednesday we're starting out with a look at our weather photo of the day. And this one is another, of course, beautiful shot of the eclipse, but not quite looking at the sun. Some locations, unfortunately, saw just thick enough cloud cover where the sun was more obstructed. But regardless, the 360-degree sunset that a lot of us saw was more than a beautiful sight. In fact, we saw that up in Boonville right before those clouds began to move in. It's one of those unique things that you see during these events, or at least no other time besides in a total solar eclipse, you see a 360-degree sunset with those bright yellows and in some cases oranges way out in the distance for all 360-degree directions. Submit a photo like this one or regular photos from our local area at WKTV.com/weather/pics. Live look at the radar. We've got some low-level moisture in the atmosphere at this point, but most of the rain has since come and gone temporarily. More rain is expected to arrive by this afternoon and on and off throughout the next few days. But those temperatures looking pretty mild to start. 56 Whitesboro, 51 Little Falls, 46 the temperature in Inlet. And we warm up into the low 60s for today. Overall, looking pretty mild the next few, but following that, we got a brief cool down. We'll see how long that lasts in that full forecast straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. Millions of people across
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. This Wednesday is trending more on the rainy side compared to the past few days. After lots of sunshine yesterday, we're now looking at more and more clouds. Downtown Utica, right now, the clouds are moving in. Roads drying up a little bit after some overnight rain and thunderstorms. And a look at those current conditions. Again, it's 53 degrees out. Not too bad of a start temperature-wise. A decent wind and dew point currently at 48 degrees. So the humidity is rising a little bit. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We're tracking in a frontal boundary out to the east, which is continuing east. This same system, of course, brought some thunderstorms to our local area, primarily north of I-90 overnight this past night. Now, regarding rainfall chances, we're entering on and off rain over the next few days. It's a dry start today, but by the late morning, early afternoon, rain chances surge to likely to almost certain. Following that, we dry out a little bit tonight. Rain returns again by early Thursday morning. We dry out once more, and then here comes rain yet again. We got a roller coaster of rain showers over the next few days. But one thing that will be certain is that the clouds will be sticking around. Not a whole lot of peaks of sunshine are expected between now and roughly the end of the weekend. The other thing to note, too, is we've been experiencing such dry weather. Of course, it's been wintertime and early spring, but we'll finally start to notice a tinge of some humidity with dew points in the upper 50s arriving by Thursday morning. But the bigger picture, we've got that frontal boundary pushing into our local area. It becomes stationary. We don't get that cold air advecting in from the northwest. In fact, we get more of a warm surge from the south as rain showers move along that front by this afternoon. And then following that, we have another warm front arriving by tomorrow morning, which will bring more rain showers, a brief dry slot, and then yet again, more rain as we see this large low pressure out to the west, which will bring winds and rain for most of Thursday and Friday. And so in our Skycast, we're talking about rain showers this afternoon, drying out for a few hours this evening. We're back to patchy fog and clouds tonight, and then more rain arriving by tomorrow morning, drying out again by tomorrow afternoon, and then more rain showers developing by Thursday evening and into early Friday. But again, for today, temperatures in the low 60s with clouds giving way to rain. And then by tonight, we dry out briefly, and yet again, more rain does arrive by tomorrow morning. Your 7-day forecast, it's looking a lot more like a typical April, though it's a little bit warmer than average. We do cool down, though, on Saturday with highs in the low to mid 40s, but it looks to be the outlier over the next 7 days. Following that, we're back into the 50s and 60s. It gets more and more difficult in mid-April for 30s and 40s, and it's more typical to see 50s and potentially 60s here in local area.
All right, so as we said, not a washout, but just a little bad over the next couple of days.
Little clouds will be the main thing that will be consistent throughout the next few days.
All right, so hopefully beginning of next work week pans out that the sun stays around. All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, Tuesday was the 7th and final day of the preliminary
News with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
And good morning and happy Wednesday to you. Thank you for joining us. I'm Steve McMurray.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
We've got a lot to get to this morning, but we want to get right to a check of the Storm Tracker 2 forecast. And I don't know if you could get more of a picture-perfect day than we had yesterday. And we hope you enjoyed it, because it's not going to be for a few days at least.
Yes, I enjoyed the weather yesterday. It was sunny. It was warm. I wore my shorts yesterday.
Yeah,
First
same.
time this season, it was short weather. And today, well, yeah, I guess you could wear shorts if you're a fan of 60s, but you might have to carry the umbrella too, because it's going to be a bit on the rainy side, especially this afternoon. Well, let's take a look at the radar where that those rain showers are at this point. And the rain is out to the east. And some of you probably woke up, or maybe some of your pets woke up to some rumbles of thunder and lightning overnight. And it's pretty much the areas north of I-90 saw those thunderstorms. Areas south were primarily dry throughout the entire event. And so as expected, the showers overnight produced some rumbles of thunder and lightning. Around the state, those temperatures are still in the 50s where clear skies set up. It's currently 48 degrees in Hamilton. And over the next 12 hours, it's a warmer start than yesterday, but a cooler afternoon with highs only in the upper 50s to low 60s. And again, it's a dry start this morning, but following that, we're tracking some more rain showers developing by this afternoon, lingering into the early part of this evening. Then we dry out again, and we're still tracking on and off rain showers over the next few days. No days are going to be complete washouts, but the clouds will stick around. So let's hope you enjoyed the sunshine yesterday, because it's going to be a little bit before we see it again. Well, we'll talk about when we do see it again in that full forecast straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Well, new this morning, New Hartford Police.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. The look at your Munson Commutecast as you head to work today. It's looking more on the quiet side. Start out your morning commute. A look at the traffic flow conditions all across central New York. We're seeing a lot of greens, a few slowdowns here and there, but we're not looking at anything too major regarding any road closures and, of course, any accidents. Those of you who tuned in the first half hour, there was a mention of an obstruction along I-90. That has since cleared up and is no longer indicated again on our traffic tracker for this morning. And as you head to work today, we're talking about lingering light drizzle. It comes to an end. We're still under mostly cloudy skies. In fact, a pretty nice sunrise out there right now in Utica. But overall looking pretty dry. This afternoon, though, a bit different. Rain showers develop. The rain will not be too bad, at least regarding rainfall rates, but we are tracking steadier and at least more notable rain showers in the short-term forecast. Let's know exactly when those showers arrive straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. The IIHF Women.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. It was easily a 10 out of 10 weather day yesterday, and hope all of you got out to enjoy the beautiful sunshine, low humidity, low winds, because today, well, it starts out dry, but more rain develops, and those temperatures won't nearly be as warm. A live look at downtown Utica right now. Actually, a pretty nice shot of the sunrise. Some faded sun behind some mid-level moisture up in the sky. And those current temperatures this morning are in the 50s, 55 degrees under mostly cloudy skies here in the Griffiths Airport in Rome. And currently 47 with a dew point, so the humidity is more noticeably higher, although we are tracking even higher humidity as we head into the second half of the work week. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We've got some thunderstorms out near just north of Albany that are coming to an end. In fact, that passed through our local area overnight, so you probably might have been woken up by some rumbles of thunder, especially north of I-90. But we are entering a brief dry stretch this morning. Late this morning, early this afternoon, more rain does arrive along that frontal boundary. Following that, we dry out. Rain arrives once more by early tomorrow morning. And then yet again, rain ends and then returns. This time, a lot more heavy and widespread Thursday night and into Friday. This will be where most of our rainfall totals will be coming from heading into the first half of Friday. But something to mention too, again, after a few months of dry air from winter and early spring, we'll start to get our first taste of some noticeable humidity. It won't be too high, but dew points upper 50s, low 60s. That's when we start to at least notice some of that moisture in the air, especially as we head closer to warmer and warmer days by mid and late April. Bigger picture, here comes that frontal boundary and it remains stationary over central New York before exiting our region, and more warm air arrives from the south from a strong warm front. And following that, look how strong this low pressure is out to the west. This will surge in some winds and rain showers into central New York for Thursday and most of Friday. Bigger picture here, zooming into our skycast, we've got rain developing, drying out by this evening and overnight. Patchy fog developing with mostly cloudy skies, and then rain arrives yet again tomorrow, drying out again tomorrow afternoon, and here comes more rain as we head into Thursday night and Friday. Again, this will be where most of the rain will be falling Thursday night and into Friday. Next 12 hours, clouds give way to rain, temperatures in the low 60s for tonight. We're down into the 50s with rain showers developing once more. And your 7-day forecast, well, it's looking pretty rainy for today, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Not a complete washout from sunrise to sunset all these days, but what will be persistent will be the clouds. It will be cloudy. The sun not too persistent, at least compared to yesterday. But hopefully there's some good news on the horizon. Looking at Monday and Tuesday, potentially some dry weather moves in.
Yeah, I mean, it's this time of year. Again, if April showers bring May flowers, we have a lot of flowers coming
Yeah,
up.
a lot of flowers.
All right. Thanks a lot, Eric. We'll check in with you again later in the newscast. Well, be sure to like us on...
Now, the news with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us this half hour. I'm Steve McMurray.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
Well, we have a lot to get to this morning. We want to start with the check of the forecast. But first, one quick programming note. We had a little glitch on our birthday list this morning. So there we had a couple that didn't show up. So Carrie Vitti Riling, we had about 5 or 6 people email us with that it didn't make it on. So Carrie, happy birthday. Apologies to all the other folks on the birthday list that didn't make it out there. So happy birthday to all of you, whether you were on the list or not. And again,
Yes,
Carrie,
happy birthday.
Yeah, Carrie,
happy birthday.
Yes, Carrie Vitti Riling there again, because I think it's happened last year too. So apologies, happy birthday. Now, the forecast, which is not good news, but go ahead.
Well, I mean, hopefully she got to enjoy the weather yesterday.
Yeah,
So at least she had a nice pre-birthday. Today, well, more of an indoor weather day,
Yeah,
at least
no
for the
doubt.
afternoon. This morning it's dry, but let's look at the radar and see where that rain is taking place right now. You probably were woken up to, in some spots, maybe your pets were woken up to, some thunder and lightning from a cold front. And recapping the past 6 hours, the storms pushed through roughly between midnight and 4 a.m., primarily north of I-90. Areas south of Route 20, likely to see any of that rain at all. And that rain is out to the east for now, and we're so far pretty dry. There is some sunshine peeking out in areas to the south, but clouds have since moved in the Mohawk Valley, and those temperatures remain in the upper 50s to low 60s for today. And again, we're talking about a dry start, but rain begins to move in by this afternoon. And we still enter a pretty unsettled stretch weather-wise with on and off rain over the next few days with so far pretty similar temperatures to this. We have a brief cool down this weekend. Might want to bundle up with temperatures in the 30s and 40s, but following that, it's temporary. We'll look at what we can expect for the rest of the weekend, and potentially we can see some long-awaited sunshine again in that full forecast straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. And remember, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Well, new this morning,
Welcome back. The time now is 6:40, and it's, of course, time to showcase our weather photo of the day on this Wednesday. And what a better way to showcase a scenic view of Oneida Lake. And this was during totality, something that you don't usually see here in central New York. In fact, we're not going to be seeing at least beyond 2100. So again, this is a very rare experience. And one thing to note here too is it looks like it's just a typical sunset, but it's a sunset through the entire horizon from east to west, north to south. That's usually what you see with a total solar eclipse. So a great shot there, even though a lot of locations didn't quite see the totality with some of the cloud cover. I feel like this was also just a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So thank you to whoever submitted that on our website, wktv.com/weather/pics. Temperatures this morning are starting out pretty mild in some spots, and the radar is looking pretty dry to start out. And even though we start out in the 50s, in some spots 40s, we climb into the low to mid 60s by this afternoon, with dry weather giving way to some rain showers. Let's talk about when those rain showers arrive and when we're going to be seeing eventually dry weather in that full forecast straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. Well, speaking of the eclipse, millions of people.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. Speaking of mugs, I'm currently enjoying a cup of matcha right now. I've going between coffee and matcha over the past few days, and I want to hear from you guys as well. If you're willing to send an email to us, let us know, or on our social media pages if you have tried some matcha, because for me, I was a bit of a doubter originally, and I've slowly started to enjoy it. Again, it's a bit of like a green tea mixture you can find in stores. There's some in Walmart currently right now in Utica. Downtown Utica right now, though, we're looking at sunshine peeking out through some of the clouds. Actually a pretty nice view looking out to the east at this point. But this is temporary. It's a nice start to the day, but rain showers will eventually move in. Currently 55 degrees under mostly cloudy skies and dew points in the upper 40s. So the humidity is a little bit more noticeable, but still, we are not quite there with very humid conditions just yet. Radar is dry here locally. Thunderstorms moved through overnight last night, primarily north of I-90, but areas to the west are starting to see just a few spritzy rain showers. Again, it's a dry start today, but you can see here, rain begins to develop this afternoon, lingers through the early evening. We dry out tonight, then rain arrives again by tomorrow morning. Following that, rain ends, and then here comes the rain once more. We're in this roller coaster pattern of on and off rain, but just note here, Thursday night and into Friday, this is where most of the rainfall totals, or the highest rainfall totals, will be taking place. But something to mention too, it's been a few months, in fact, since last season where we've noticed humid weather. Well, it's not going to feel quite humid on Thursday, but with dew points in the upper 50s, it will definitely start feeling more noticeable. You'll notice the humidity in the air, just a slight tinge in the atmosphere, nothing too serious, but again, we're starting to feel more spring-like conditions as we get through to mid-April. Bigger picture, here comes that cold front, but it turns stationary. We don't actually see a lot of that cold air coming in from the northwest. Matter of fact, we see more of a south wind arrive as low pressure comes in from the southwest, but a strong system forms by early Friday morning, and this will bring stronger winds and eventually some heavier rain showers to our local area. But today, a few clouds to start. Rain showers develop this afternoon. We dry out again, and we're still talking about on and off rain showers here and there over the next few days. Next 12 hours, some peaks of sunshine and clouds give way to rain showers this afternoon, highs in the low 60s. For tonight, we're down into the 50s with rain developing once more. Your 7-day forecast. 60s the next few days, winds pick up Thursday and Friday. We cool down into the 40s and 30s on Saturday, so it's a bit of a cool start to the weekend. We rebound in the 50s by Sunday, and hopefully some sunshine moves in following that by Monday and Tuesday of next week.
Yeah, that would be nice because we got such a great taste of what a nice spring and summer could be like yesterday.
It was a bit of a tease, like here comes the sun and then here comes more
gone
of the rain.
for the next 5 days. All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, yesterday was the 7th and final day of the preliminary round for
Now, the news with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Steve McMurray.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
We have a lot to get to this morning, but we want to get right to that forecast so you can better plan your day. And yesterday was simply spectacular.
Beautiful.
But now we're going to be a little bit more back to reality.
Yeah, and feeling more like a typical April, with April showers. So we're dealing with that for the second half of today. The morning, though, is not too bad. It's 50s out there. In fact, a live look outside, it's a pretty nice shot. But overall, behind us, you can see that there was some sunshine peeking out with some clouds. But on the radar, it's dry temporarily. You probably could have been woken up with some thunderstorms overnight last night. As you can see here, some rain and thunderstorms pushed through primarily north of I-90. Areas south were mostly dry. And we've got some sunshine peeking out right now, but that's temporary as more clouds move in this afternoon, giving way to, yet again, some rain showers. And the rain will be on and off over the next few days, continuing until Saturday and Sunday. So we're still in this overall pretty damp stretch of weather. But following that, we could be seeing some dry weather on the horizon by next week. Let you know if we could see some sunshine in that full forecast straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. New this morning, New Hard.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. It was a beautiful day yesterday. Couldn't ask for anything better. Low humidity, sunshine, low winds. Following yesterday, today, well, we're talking about a dry start. A live look at downtown Utica right now. Some blue skies peeking out, but this will be a temporary thing for today, as following this, more rain showers begin to arrive by this afternoon. Current temperature in Utica, 54 degrees, dew point 45, so it's feeling a little bit more humid out there as more warm air continues to pull in from the south and west. And the radar is looking dry again temporarily. Following this, rain showers will develop by the late morning, early afternoon. We can see it here. After the afternoon, evening, things do dry out and remain mostly dry overnight with some patchy fog. Rain returns again by tomorrow morning. Then we dry out and then rain showers arrive yet again. So we're going to be in this on and off rainy pattern over the next few days into the start of the weekend. Something else to mention too, with the warmer temperatures slowly arriving, we're no longer seeing consistent 30s and 40s and more 50s and 60s, is the dew point. The humidity will feel a lot more noticeable Thursday afternoon. Nothing too serious. It won't feel tropical. It won't feel muggy, but you'll start to notice the moisture in the air as we get those higher dew points near 60 degrees. Bigger picture. We've got that cold front moving through. It becomes stationary, and we'll start to see some surge of moistures arriving, bringing in that rain by this afternoon. Following that, we dry out tonight with some patchy fog. Then here comes more rain tomorrow morning. A dry slot by tomorrow afternoon, and yet again, more rain showers as a strong low pressure forms off to the southwest, surging in more rain into our local area. But again, for today, a dry start. Here comes the rain. Things end with mostly cloudy skies and patchy fog again tomorrow, at least late tonight and early tomorrow morning. Then following that, another round of rain tomorrow morning, drying out tomorrow afternoon, and then more rain showers will begin to develop as we head into Thursday and Thursday night. But again, for today, high temperatures in the upper 50s to as high as the low to mid 60s, with peaks of sunshine and clouds giving way to rain showers. And then following that, mostly cloudy with patchy fog tonight, and then rain develops yet again by tomorrow morning. Your 7-day forecast. We got 60s today, tomorrow, and Friday. 40s for Saturday, which will be the outlier. It'll be cold and breezy. We're back into the 50s and 60s, though, by next week, and hopefully more dry weather moves in by Monday and Tuesday. Be right back.
Meteorologist Eric Gage joining us now. And after yesterday, boy, That was gorgeous. A little bit of rain.
Yeah, a little rain moving in today. Not too bad. In fact, this morning was pretty pleasant. Got some sunshine peeking out a little bit. It was mild as well, but the rain is arriving. Let's take a look at the radar right now. You can see some of that heavier rainfall taking place in areas south of Route 20, but areas in North Country, just a few light sprinkles here and there. And live like in Oneonta, we can see the rain showers moving through. A much different scene here in the City of the Hills compared to yesterday, as we are seeing more cloud cover and more rain. Now, the rain won't be steady over the next few days, but the clouds will. It's going to be very difficult for us to see more peaks of sunshine than we saw on Monday, and this trend will last for the most part into the remainder of the work week and into the start of the weekend. But temperatures, again, not too bad. Upper 50s, low 60s, and over the next 12 hours we climb again just up a few degrees with rain showers giving way to cloudy skies. The rain's not going to last overnight, but it will return again by tomorrow. Let's know exactly when that rain arrives, and then following that, how much more rain we could be expecting throughout the rest of the work week and that full forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Brand new this noon, one of Central New York.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back, everyone. Well, 24 hours ago, we were seeing sunshine and completely dry weather. Different story today, and will be a common trend for the rest of the work week. Downtown Utica right now, overcast skies, some light rain showers. Heavier rain is currently falling south of the Mohawk Valley at this point. And look at current conditions. Again, upper 50s, low 60s with a decent, I would say a light breeze from the east at 5 miles per hour. High temperatures today climb only into the low 60s, but again, for April standards, we're above average for this time of year. Usually we're at 54 degrees, the normal high and normal low of 34. And we cool down into the low 50s by tonight as rain chances do eventually come to an end, but return again by tomorrow morning. A live look at the radar. We are seeing rain showers surge in from the south. In fact, putting a loop on this one, we can exactly see where the path these showers are going. Starting out from the southwest, surging northeast, and you can see even some more rain showers coming off of just out of the Lake Ontario west of Oswego, continuing to lift into our local area. Chance of rain over the next few days. You can see here rain chances becoming almost non-existent following this evening. Patchy fog tonight with mostly cloudy skies. Then by tomorrow, here comes more rain tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, we dry out, and then, surprise, we're back to more rain showers heading into Friday, early Friday morning, lasting throughout the late morning to early afternoon. This is where most of the rainfall will take place. How much rain are we talking? Well, over the span of the next few days, we could be seeing rainfall totals reaching over an inch, maybe some places as high as 2 inches or so, where lifting takes place due to topography. But you can see overall, we're going to be seeing a nice soaking rain following this rain system today, as we approach the weather system arriving on Thursday and Friday. This is the system we're talking about right here. Strong low pressure out to the west. This is going to surge in some strong winds from the south, and of course, more rain showers moving into the area. And our skycast today, again, a dry start, rain showers moving through. We dry out again tonight, and then here comes more rain showers by tomorrow morning, drying out once more, and then rain showers arriving again by tomorrow night and into Friday. Next 12 hours, again, a chilly start yesterday. Not so chilly start today with lows only in the 50s, but warming up into the 60s this afternoon. Tonight, we're back down into the low 50s with rain showers developing by tomorrow morning. And your 7-day forecast, it's breezy but mild Thursday and Friday. The coolest day of the next 7 looks to be Saturday, with highs only in the upper 30s to low 40s. And overall, probably the coolest day heading into the next, even beyond the middle of next week, as we're warm back up into the 60s by Tuesday and Wednesday.
Only 5 days to get through before we get some nice weather again.
Yeah, and it will be brief because we're going to be seeing possibly more rain following that. Overall, we're in this April showers type pattern, but it's warmer out.
Yeah.
We'll take the warm weather.
And we had yesterday, right?
Yes, beautiful weather.
Well, summer is just around the corner and travel. Good afternoon once again, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And we are getting a little bit of rain, but nothing like down south, right?
Yeah, I wanted to mention this too. We're talking about rain, but again, it's central New York. It could be worse. And by worse, we're talking about tornado warnings,
Wow.
flash flood warnings, wind damage, hail, pretty much everything but the kitchen sink aside from winter weather down in New Orleans right now, unfortunately for the folks down there. But up here locally, well, a different story. Just some light to moderate rain showers taking place. Let's take a look at the radar right now. We've got rain moving through parts of central New York. Winds not too bad. However, the winds will start to pick up as we head into tomorrow and Friday as a low pressure system slowly approaches. But as you can see here, rain becoming a little bit more scattered than widespread. But following these initial rain showers today, things will dry out by tonight. Temperatures still in the 50s. Pretty mild day here in central New York. And over the next 12 hours, we're talking about rain again coming to an end with mostly cloudy skies and patchy fog arriving overnight and into early tomorrow morning before our next round of rain showers will arrive. And then we're talking about that plus the return to more rain arriving this on Friday and into the weekend in that full forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. House Speaker Mike Johnson has an
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back, everyone. We are still looking at rain showers moving across our area this afternoon, and overall, still going to be a pretty damp rest of the day today. But we do dry out tonight. However, more rain showers arrive by tomorrow. Live in Cooperstown right now, a current temperature of 58 degrees. People walking on the street, some with umbrellas at this point, as it's still raining out a little bit on the harder side in areas south, but in the Mohawk Valley, just some light rain, especially north of I-90. Currently 62 Little Falls and Dollarville, 60 Westmoreland, 58 up in Otter Lake, and to the south, 55 in Sherburne, 54 Norwich, same thing with Oneonta, and 55 degrees in Unadilla. And throughout the afternoon, we remain in the upper 50s to low 60s. We cool down into the 50s by tonight. And regarding rainfall chances, well, they diminish as we head into this evening and tonight. Still a bit damp with some mist hanging around, but the heaviest of the rain and most of the rain will begin to end by the late evening, early tonight. Radar showing rain showers continuing to shift north, and you can see here we dry out tonight. Rain showers return again by tomorrow morning. Then tomorrow afternoon, rain showers diminish only for a little bit and then return again as we head into Thursday evening and overnight and into Friday. So roller coaster of rain expected over the next few days. And how much rain are we talking? Well, the rain event we're seeing near term, not too much, maybe half an inch of total rainfall. Additional rainfall expected following this into Friday, at least Thursday night into Friday, could reach totals as high as inch and a half, 2 inches of widespread rainfall. And bigger picture, here comes that cold front, but as you can see here, the front doesn't actually really push through central New York. In fact, we remain on the warm side of the system as more rain surges in from the south, and then we see a strong low pressure system which will bring with it rain and, of course, stronger winds Thursday and into Friday. So our skycast showing widespread rain this afternoon, drying out this evening and tonight, returning to more rain showers by tomorrow, and then a brief lull in the rain by tomorrow afternoon. And yet again, more rain arrives again by tomorrow night and into Friday. A recap this morning, a pretty mild start. We warmed up into the 60s this afternoon with rain showers. Following that, mostly cloudy skies into the late evening and early overnight. But by tomorrow morning, rain showers do begin to arrive once more. Your 7-day forecast, it's looking a bit more like a typical April, although it's warmer than average. We're looking at on and off rain over the next few days. Coolest day of the next 7 on Saturday, highs in the upper 30s to as high as the mid 40s. And we might see a brief dry period at the beginning of next week. So we'll look forward to that. But I will say this, it's not too bad of a week. I mean, it's on and off rain. It's not a complete washout from sunrise to sunset. and we'll take 60s.
That's for
Not too
sure.
bad.
67 tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Eric, thanks. Well, body-worn camera footage has now been released by the...
Now for a first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Look what's coming through.
More rain.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
we're tracking. Right?
We wish.
We've got more showers that we're going to be contending with. Let's take a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Here's the leading edge. Moving through the Mohawk Valley, at least it will be shortly. We'll take a closer look at this. Again, some downpours taking place. Not quite strong enough for rumbles of thunder, but if it does get any stronger, that is a possibility. This line's going to move east, and again, for most of us, this is just a burst of rain, and locally heavy rain at that. And then once that clears out, the weather looks pretty quiet this evening. Current temperature at Griffiths and Rome, 61 degrees. It feels a touch on the humid side, or a very small amount of humidity you might notice in the air today. If not today, maybe tomorrow, as we expect temperatures to be slightly warmer. The general weather stays unsettled, and it does cool down as we head towards the weekend. Rain comes to an end this evening. Temperatures in the upper 50s. Again, tracking more rain showers here throughout the week. Look at the forecast coming up. Back over to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. A local family-owned business.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Just saw from our tower cam a pretty clear shot of some heavier downpours that are starting to work their way towards the Mohawk Valley. This is a line of rain that we're tracking. Some downpours taking place as well. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's falling locally heavy as it moves to the east. No lightning detected with this, though. We did have some lightning last night, right around midnight. But again, this present line of showers is mainly a rain producer. It might see some gusty winds with this too as it continues to move to the east. Our tower cam in downtown, or our camera in downtown Utica is pointing towards the east. In the other direction, though, it's looking pretty dark. And again, we'll continue to monitor how conditions are changing across the area this evening. Again, we're tracking some heavier rain over the next hour or so. That's it for tonight. We're looking at generally dry weather. Mild, too, overnight lows in the low 50s. Rain returns as we head towards tomorrow morning. Temperatures made it into the 60s today. Not as warm as yesterday, though. West Berlin, 60 degrees. Dolgeville, Little Falls, 59. Across the Southern Valleys, Cooperstown, 57. Oneonta, 54. Norwich with 57 degrees. Unsettled weather today. The remnants of low pressure moving through. There's going to be a larger one that will approach our area and bring us more rain as we head into tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. It's producing some heavy rain and some severe weather in the southeast today. Some very, very heavy rainfall taking place in areas like Louisiana and along the panhandle of Florida. Even some tornado warnings from that. By the time that heads up here, though, this is all rain. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. Mostly cloudy skies. Overnight lows drop down into the low 50s. Some rain returns tomorrow morning. It's not going to last all day. We should get some breaks in the afternoon and evening. High temperatures climbing to the mid-60s. Tomorrow night, more scattered showers. A cold front arrives early Friday morning. That produces some locally heavy rain and gusty winds. And then it turns cooler as we head into Friday afternoon and evening. Temperatures will top out in the low 60s. Rainfall totals between now and Friday look to be about 1 inch to 1.5 inches region-wide. That's below any concerns for flooding. But again, we are going to see that rain continue here for the next several days. Showers late tonight, low 50. Tomorrow, cloudy skies, mild but unsettled with high temperatures in the upper 60s. Again, best chance of rain would be in the morning. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Breezy tomorrow and Friday. It gets chilly on Saturday, 45 degrees for the high with lingering rain showers. Chance for rain showers on Sunday, but we do expect to see some sunshine and some warmer weather by Monday and Tuesday. Welcome to spring.
Welcome to spring is right.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Well, much of the southern U.S. from Texas to the East Coast, grappling with powerful, dangerous storms, and now those have turned deadly.
And the threat of tornadoes is expected to continue for some into the overnight hours. Laura Aguirre reports.
It's not a good day to be out on the road. Floodwaters high enough to creep into fire trucks and submerge smaller vehicles. Savage overnight storms swept over parts of Texas, a number of towns suffering damage to homes, businesses, trees, and power lines. More than 400 people have been assisting with water rescues in and around Kirbyville, say local fire officials. Even some rescuers needed rescue.
Sad to say, but we're stuck in the ditch.
Torrential rain and high winds roared east along the Gulf Coast Wednesday, triggering dangerous flash floods and spawning multiple tornadoes. Parts of Texas and Louisiana are already under more than a foot of rain, with more expected at a rate of up to 3 inches an hour through the day. Multiple injuries, none major, were reported Wednesday afternoon after a suspected tornado touched down in Slidell, Louisiana, according to parish leaders there.
The rain was all over the place. My car was shaking. Other vehicles wrecked. Power lines down. Worst case scenario that you could imagine.
The National Weather Service says wind gusts up to 80 miles an hour are possible in several areas. In Mississippi, officials are warning residents in cities like Jackson to brace for potentially intense tornadoes there as the storms move through. Forecasters predict these dangerous conditions will move across Florida's panhandle and north along the East Coast and into the D.C. and Baltimore area Thursday.
This might be the worst storm I've ever lived through.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Coming up, poor timing. Airlines are cutting back just as Americans are making their summer travel plans.
And also tonight.
Bill Curtis.
This is a strange thing to bring up on a day like today. We're talking about the burn ban. I'm bringing this up because yesterday we did have some brush fires locally when we saw the sunshine and it got into the 70s. And this is the time of the year where things can change very rapidly. Our short-term weather looks wet and the fire danger is low, but when the sun comes back out, the ground can dry out very quickly here. And just a reminder, a statewide burn ban remains in effect until mid-May. Temperatures will remain in the 60s over the next couple of days, but you can see the day that stands out Saturday, chilly, only 45 degrees. We're tracking a round of rain moving through central New York, some downpours taking place. This is going to continue to move east as we head into this evening. You're going to want to keep the umbrella handy if you're heading out. If you're taking the dog out for a walk, might want to wait for this round of rain to move through first. Temperatures will be dropping into the low 60s to upper 50s here throughout this evening. Ralphie and Ivy, tonight's featured dogs from Frankfurt. If you want to be part of this, head to Skycast WKTV on Facebook. This is brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. We're tracking the weather heading into the weekend. And look at the forecast coming up. Kristen, back to you.
Documentaries and feature films.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
We're tracking the progress of some downpours moving through central New York this evening. Let's take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. And these showers are continuing to advance to the east. The midsection of this has weakened as it has approached the Mohawk Valley. But again, some steadier downpours towards Remsen, heading east into the Adirondacks. And again, with the midsection of this weakening, I think maybe just a few sprinkles for the Mohawk Valley. And the Southern Valley is still seeing some light rain out towards Hamilton. That'll be moving through within the next hour or so. And then we'll get a chance to dry out. Our current temperature in downtown Utica is 60 degrees, cooling off a little bit as that rain has arrived. You can see the ground is wet, again, with those showers continuing to move through. Let's focus on the wind. We're talking about some light winds tonight. Things looking relatively quiet until after midnight. Then the winds will gradually pick up from the south. Wind gusts tomorrow will be up to about 30 miles an hour. It remains windy as we head into tomorrow night. Wind gusts will be once again close to 30 miles an hour on Friday, but the winds will gradually subside as we head into the afternoon. Winds pick up again on Saturday against similar maximum speeds here, about 25 to 30 miles an hour. That's gusty winds. It's below damaging criteria, so at least some good news there. Skywatchers, Clinton 66 degrees, McAdoo Hartford 64, Fairfield 59, Mohawk 62, Milford, Mark checks in with 56 degrees. The next area of low pressure swings in from the southwest. It's producing some severe weather in the southeast tonight. By the time it gets here, it's expected to produce only rain. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. Mostly cloudy skies. Rain arrives tomorrow morning. It's around for the first part of the day. and then we get a chance to see the rain come to an end in the afternoon. Not quite long enough to really dry out, but we will see at least some breaks in the rain. On and off rain showers tomorrow night. Steadier rain again as we head into early Friday. This is part of a cold front moving through. More scattered showers continue into Saturday as well as Sunday. We're just going to be stuck in this unsettled weather pattern. Rainfall totals between now and Friday evening look to average about an inch across the area. The rain that we're seeing, while it will be heavy at times, looks to be below the threshold where we would start to be concerned about flooding. Showers late tonight, low of 50 tomorrow. Scattered showers, a high of 67. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Breezy conditions continue into Friday as well as Saturday. It's chilly Saturday, 45 for the high. More showers on Sunday, 56. Sunshine returns looking ahead to Monday and Tuesday. We'll be right back.
Tonight, the state of emergency. Look at the forecast tonight at 6. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
We are tracking some rain showers moving across central New York. Some steadier rain to the north and south of the Mohawk Valley. Right in the middle here, this batch has actually weakened, so very little activity. Maybe just a brief sprinkle for the Mohawk Valley over the next hour or so. Some heavier showers that will go across 365 and Route 8 heading towards Lake Pleasant. And we are also tracking more showers across the southern valleys. Our temperature, 59 degrees, cloudy skies. It might feel a touch humid out there, at least the very least damp. Our dew point's up to 57. That's the highest it's been so far this year. And it will stay that high over the next 24 hours. Unsettled weather continues, more on and off rain showers as low pressure influences our weather over the next 24 to 48 hours. Eventually, the weather does cool down as we head into the start of the weekend. Saturday's trending chilly. Rain ends this evening. Temperatures will be in the 50s. We're tracking rainfall amounts and also an increase in the wind. A look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Oneida County Executive Anthony Pacenti in late.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We continue to track some scattered showers moving in from the west. This line has kind of broken apart, still holding together across the North Country as it moves towards Speculator and into the Adirondacks. The second area to the south likely impacting areas south of Route 20 for some generally light rain, moderate rain taking place in the Adirondacks. And again, it's kind of fallen apart in the Mohawk Valley, so we still might see a sprinkle here, but it really doesn't look all that impressive on the radar at the time being. That's the last round of rain moving through. We should get a chance to dry out for a good portion of tonight. Sky conditions, while it looks on the south side, that we did see a rain shower over Utica, current temperature of 60 degrees. Again, we will see some drier conditions through this evening. The winds pick up over the next couple of days. We've got an area of low pressure that will be influencing our weather Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Wind gusts are expected to be 25 to 35 miles an hour. Some of the higher gusts, especially along hilltop locations, could get close to 40 miles an hour. So some windy weather ahead. It doesn't look as strong as the last wind event that we had to deal with. The winds look lighter by Sunday. Sky watchers checking in. Whitesboro 62, Forestport 57, Norway 59 degrees, Fairfield 59, and Worcester with 55 degrees, Stewart and Cooperstown 58. Radar and satellite image, again, showing some scattered showers moving through. The next weather maker, this area of low pressure, will be influencing our weather. It's currently producing some heavy rain and some severe weather in the southeast and along the Florida Panhandle, but by the time it gets here, it doesn't have as much energy to work with, and so we're generally thinking rain. Again, some wind, though, too. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight, looking at generally cloudy skies overnight. The next round of rain arrives right around daybreak, 7 a.m. Some scattered showers start to move in, more of a steadier rain in the morning. The rain comes to an end in the afternoon. High temperatures climb into the 60s. We don't get a chance to really dry out. It won't rain the whole day, but the next round of rain showers arrive by the evening. More scattered showers expected tomorrow night. More rain expected Friday morning. This is part of a cold front that moves through, and then it leaves behind, you guessed it, more rain showers. Projected rainfall between now and Friday evening. We think most areas pick up about an inch, but again, this is about a 48-hour total. It's below the threshold where we would be worried about any flooding. Showers late tonight, low 50. Tomorrow, rain in the morning. Will somewhat dry out in the afternoon, high of 67. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. More rain tomorrow night, lasting into early Friday. Breezy and chilly as we head into the start of the weekend. Only 45 for the high on Saturday. We're into the 50s Sunday. The weather dries out, and we expect to see some sunshine on Monday and Tuesday with high temperatures in the 60s. More rain showers possible on Wednesday. We'll be right back.
The forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. Oh yeah, it's the cloudy graphic. And unfortunately, you know, this feels like mid-January, the way that we've had so many clouds lately, even though we did see the sun during the eclipse.
Yeah, that was the unusual point.
Yeah.
I wish we could have swapped these days around, because we had sun on Sunday, we said sun on Tuesday, full sunshine, and then Monday we didn't quite luck out as much. But again, this just kind of shows you this is normal. And we're going to get into this cloudy pattern here as we head throughout the rest of the week. We've got a few light rain showers that are out there this evening. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Those showers will continue to move to the east. Temperature-wise, we're sitting at 56 degrees with some light rain being reported at Griffiths. And temperatures are going to stay pretty mild tonight with clouds around. Just a reminder, as we get into a very cloudy weather pattern, we still have the risk for some wildfires. Whenever the weather does start to dry out, it dries out very quickly this time of the year. And again, we have a statewide burn ban that remains in effect until mid-May. Temperatures over the next couple of days were mild tomorrow and Friday, but chilly weather returns as we start the weekend. We've got to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Former longtime Utica mayor and school board member.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. We're tracking a few sprinkles that continue to move across central New York. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The weather remains unsettled as we head into tonight. And again, just a closer look here. A few spotty showers moving through the area. This is a live look in downtown Utica where we just saw one of those showers, a temperature of 55 degrees. We'll see more showers here again over the next couple of days. The winds pick up as we head into tomorrow. It looks windy Thursday, Friday, and Saturday before the winds start to subside on Sunday with calm conditions. Again, looking at the big picture, unsettled weather. Where's it coming from? We've got a very large and slow-moving area of low pressure that will be approaching. There's a lot of rain with this, and it's also producing some strong weather. Some thunderstorms, some heavy rainfall, some flooding, and even some severe weather today taking place in Louisiana, southern Alabama, and the panhandle of Florida. As the system approaches our area, we will not see the severe component to it. We'll mainly just talking about rain and some wind. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. Mostly cloudy skies. A round of rain is expected by Thursday morning, 7 a.m. This will impact the morning commute. Temperatures climb into the low 60s here tomorrow afternoon as the rain clears out. It's still a generally cloudy afternoon. Temperatures will be in the 50s. More scattered showers tomorrow night. A cold front moves through early Friday morning, and that front will head to the east. Again, we're tracking more showers as we head into Friday afternoon and Friday evening as colder air builds in from the northwest. That will produce showers here through the weekend. Let's talk about rainfall. While we don't expect a lot of rain, it's going to last for quite a while. It's just generally light rain, but it does add up. By Friday evening, a general inch to inch and a half of rain is expected across the area. We think that these numbers are low enough where flooding should not be an issue. Showers late tonight, a low of 50. Tomorrow, showers in the morning, generally cloudy in the afternoon, and then more rain will arrive as we head later into the day, a high of 67. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Breezy conditions continue Friday, 62. It's chilly on Saturday, a high of only 45 degrees. More clouds and showers on Sunday, 56. The sunshine returns on Monday and Tuesday with highs in the 60s. We'll be right back.
Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. And, you know, we saw the sun yesterday in abundance and then also on Sunday, but we really haven't seen much of it since and before
Yeah, this is just kind of showing you what April is typically like. It's typically a cloudy pattern. I know a lot of us that got stuck with clouds on the solar eclipse were very disappointed. We're saying, hey, it was sunny before, it was sunny after. But you know what? This is more typical of the weather pattern that we get this time of the year. We're going to get back into that with clouds and showers here over the next several days. Let's take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A few sprinkles out there this evening. It's not that chilly. That's the one benefit of cloud cover. Our temperature is 55 degrees. We are going to get some warmer nights ahead as we get into the warmer season. Our reminder, too, again, just because we've got a cloudy, wet weather pattern ahead, we still have that burn ban in effect, even though the risk of wildfires spreading is pretty low in this weather pattern. A couple of dry days ahead, when we do eventually get dry weather, things could change pretty rapidly. So look at your temperature trend over the next several days. We'll be in the 60s Thursday and Friday, but it's chilly on Saturday. We're tracking the weather heading into the weekend coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Former longtime
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're tracking a few sprinkles out there as we take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The activity is pretty light. We'll be seeing more rain as we head into the next couple of days. This is a live look in downtown Utica, temperature of 55 degrees. Pretty mild out there, and actually it feels a little humid, doesn't it? A little bit of humidity in the air because of the rain. Our chance for rain continues, and our wind will be ramping up. We're looking at wind gusts over the next couple of days between about 30 to 35 miles an hour. So windy weather is expected Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's not until Sunday that we get a break from the wind. And again, this is all being driven by the same weather maker that's moving across the country. That weather maker, it's an area of low pressure to our west. This will be slowly working in. We get a strong south wind ahead of it. And again, temperatures look to be in the 60s over the next couple of days. But this will carry a cold front, which will bring a big drop in the temperature as we head into Saturday. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, overcast skies tonight. Looking at a round of rain arriving late tonight and early tomorrow. That rain will be around in the morning, and then by the afternoon, it should come to an end. Temperatures climb into the low 60s. Scattered showers for tomorrow evening, so we really don't get a chance to dry out. We'll be looking at on and off rain showers tomorrow night. There will be a cold front that moves through very early Friday morning. It's accompanied by some downpours and some gusty winds. As the front moves through, temperatures will climb into the low 60s in the afternoon, and then they'll start to drop as some colder air starts working in from the west. Again, Friday looks unsettled. Scattered showers with, again, the steadiest rain in the morning. Projected rainfall over the next couple of days, thinking most areas pick up about an inch between now and Friday evening. So again, it's going to come in stages. That amount, by the way, should keep us from seeing any flooding in our area. Showers late tonight, low of 50 tomorrow. Showers around, especially in the morning. A bit humid, high temperature of 67. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Breezy conditions continue throughout the end of the week. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, clouds, rain showers. Saturday looks chilly. I wouldn't be surprised if we see
a flake or two.
A flake or two, especially in the morning. Temperatures again in the 40s in the afternoon. Sunday, showers 56. Sunshine returns Monday and Tuesday.
It snowed on Mother's Day before, so
I've heard.
Count it out. And thanks, Bill. Coming up next.